What's going on, guys? I am back, and we are talking about the Brisk Summer Series, the first one, which is only North America. Let's do some predictions here. The bracket just came out. I guess this is Thursday. I think I'll probably put this up either Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure yet. But we have the bracket. We have who's playing who. I could probably zoom this in a little bit, maybe, so you guys can see it a little bit better. Good enough. It'll be cut off a little bit here, but that's fine. All right. Let's just get right into it. I'll tell you how this is all playing out. We have best of fives in the first round, best of sevens in the semis, and best of seven final. So it's actually a pretty long day for the cast. We got 7 games total, and that's a lot of games. So it's going to be a long broadcast. The broadcast starts on Sunday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. So that's 3 p.m. Eastern time. 8 GMT, I think, maybe 9. I don't know how that all works, but just look it up. So it should be a pretty long broadcast. I would assume 6 hours, if not a little bit more. So if you want to catch the finals, that's if they're showing every game, which I think they are. I'm not positive. I won't be there for this Brisk Summer Series. My wife is actually going away to my sister's bachelorette party. So me and the Giblet for 5 days straight, gonna be chilling. Give me the boys' weekend, so I'll be here hanging out with the Giblet. So that's why I won't be there this weekend, but I'll be at the other 2, so don't worry about that. Let's just get right into it. I'll tell you the rosters as we go, and I will predict who is going to win each game. And then you can tell me why I'm wrong in the comments. Or afterwards, like, ha, you got it completely wrong. I can't believe Splice won the whole thing, but yeah, whatever. All right, let's go into it. So, Energy, the reigning North American champions, 3-time North American champions. Stacked roster here, Fireburner, Jacob, and Garrett. And honestly, these guys are in the argument for number 1 in NA. It just depends on the weekend who's playing the best. We saw Jacob destroy during the league play, Fireburner destroy during playoffs, and then Garrett destroy at the LAN. So, any of these guys can pop off at any time. The only thing that might hold them back a little bit is it's the off season. Who knows if they're taking it a little bit calmer because, they just had a long season of grinding away. And I think this is going to be something that could create some upsets here or there. Could just be during the off-season lows of just like, hey, we're just trying to chill, have some fun, wait for the next season. We're not too worried about this. But at the same time, we have DreamHack Atlanta. That's in about a month. So it's like a little bit of a gap where they don't have to practice too hard yet. And we'll see going forward. That's also why Rogue is not here, by the way. As you can see, Rogue is still in Europe from what I've told. Except for Turtle, because Turtle got really, really sick. So he had to come home early. But they're still in Europe, I think, doing Rogue stuff or something. Who knows? So that's why they are not part of this tournament. They would have been invited, obviously, but that's why they're not here. Then Energy is playing against Set to Destroy, who was an automatic invite. So Lemon Puppy being the captain, he gets the automatic invite. He is playing with Lumen and Coleman. So not the same roster that they tried to put on for league play, where, of course, they came in last anyway. But Halcyon and Memory, I would say, are probably better players than both these guys. We saw Coleman for a little bit during league play. Lumen, we haven't seen. It's like not bad players by any means, but when you're playing against Energy, it's going to be a little bit rough. I could see Energy going for the sweep here. Possibly a Set Destroy looks like taking a game somewhere, but I think Energy will be ready to play, and they'll get the win. Garrett's been putting in the time. I've seen him on a ton. So, okay. I just got word about something, so I can talk about it soon. Let me just type this real quick. So, I was asking James when we can announce who is going to be actually at the event for talent-wise, and this leads me perfectly into the second matchup. We have Denial versus Take 3. So, Denial was the other automatic bid into here. I'm not sure if I talked about the prize pool, but we'll get back to that in a second. I might have skipped over it. So, Lethemir, he's playing with Corrupted G, Sad Jr., and it says Classics as well. So, not sure if Classics is actually playing. I would assume Corrupted G and Sad Jr. Why not? Why rock the boat? But with Classics coming in, I assume he's not going to be a sub for too long. Classics is probably a guy that would want to start. So I'm looking forward with Denial. Who knows? That could be a different team in the future. We'll see. Maybe Classics is trying this out. Maybe he is playing in this. I honestly don't know. Either way, team, they didn't fare too well at LAN. I think most people expected that, though, because they came in as the 4th seed of NA. They were the 6th seed of NA. Kind of like a lot of people think, getting the, I wouldn't say fluky win, but the upset win over G2. And then they performed how we thought they would. Like, they lost to Alpha Sydney. It was a close series in 5. And then they got to play a selfless team without Dapper. So you expect to win there. And then they got kind of bounced by Northern Gaming. They didn't play terrible against Northern Gaming, and Northern Gaming were the world champs. So you have to give them that there. So we'll see. We'll see. But again, it's the offseason, so we'll see how they're playing as well. Versus Take 3. So Take 3, the roster is Zane Jackie, Chrome, Vince, and Espion as sub. Well, Espion's not going to be subbing for this. He's actually going to be on the desk. And so that should be a lot of fun for the Brisk Summer Series. And I'm really excited to see how he does out there in the big lights on the studio, taking my spot, basically. So that should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to hear what he has to say between games, before games, all that. I wish him the best of luck, of course, because he is the man. Everyone loves Espion. It's so hard not to love him. And now I'm getting a little jealous because, people are supposed to love me, not Espion. Now I'm just joking. Espion should be great there, so that should be a lot of fun. So I'm happy to see him there. So it's going to be, what was I saying? Zane, Jackie, Chrome, and Vince. Pretty solid team. Chrome, honestly, it was probably the worst playoff performance I've ever seen from a player compared to their league play performance when we went into the playoffs. But I think that was just a culmination of that team chemistry, how it was falling apart throughout the season. They kept it together for a little while, but as soon as you go down 2 games or something like that, when the team chemistry is so rocky that I could easily see just major tilt factor with no one really happy about anything, and I could see why maybe he would play a little bit worse there. I don't expect that to be the same performance from him week in and week out. I expect him to play a lot better than that, and this is a solid team. I'm still a huge fan of Vince. Zane Jackie was the reason Take 3 made LAN 2 seasons ago in season 2. So this team should be a really close game. But again, it's the off season. I'm not sure how much they're grinding. I might think Take 3 might be grinding a bit more since they added Chrome in, and maybe they're trying him out just a bit. I could see Take 3 coming away with the upset, seeing how Denial just made it to LAN, and maybe they're taking a little bit of time off. It's tiring, travel and all that stuff. I could see Take 3 winning this. I'll give it a 4-3 just because for funsies. But I'll give it to Take 3 here. Moving forward. Next up, before we go to the other side of the bracket, I'll mention the prize pool real quick before I forget. It is $6,000 total. Let me find it here. $2,500 for first, so $800 and some change for each player. Second place, $1,500, $500 per player. Third place, $500, so that's 2 teams. And then fifth place, which is all 4 teams that don't win here, they still get $250 per team. So it's not bad for just showing up. You get about $80. Why not? That works. I'm sorry. This is not a best of 7. My apologies. This would be a best of 5. So we'll go 3-2. Take 3 will take 3 and take the win. And yeah, so that's the prize money. That'll be the same prize money across all 3 events. Europe is the next one, and then we do one more North America before we close it out. So, moving on. We got G2 versus Ohana. Again, G2, I feel like it's in that situation of it's the off season. I'm not sure how much they're practicing. Ohana is team right now. Of course, G2 is Kronovi, Rizzo, JNaps. Ohana, Moses, Timmy, Gimmick, and Miho. Again, not sure who's starting. I'm thinking it's Moses, Timmy, and Gimmick. But who knows? Because I know Miho is going to be kind of stopping playing or playing a lot less, obviously, once he starts working for his father. I'm not sure when exactly that starts. So who knows? He might be in. But Gimmick's been a player that's been around the scene. He was with the Muffin Men as a sub. Then he got the starting role over Latch and did really well with that in the Mocket Championship Series. And then Muffin Men wound up picking up it seemed for a little while JNaps, and then they went to Dapper. JNaps, I think it might have been one of those situations of like, hey, you're still have a contract with G2. Why don't you come on back? You're one of the best players in North America. You're staying here. That's probably what happened. I'm not sure, but that's what I would think, because it looked like for a while that J-Naps was going to join Muffin Men, and then all of a sudden they stopped playing with him. Who knows? Maybe they like Dapper more. But J-Naps, Crow, and Rizzo, like, obviously a solid team. They just had some problems towards the end of the season. Again, I'm not sure how much practice is going on here. Maybe they're practicing a lot this week to do well in this tournament. This is one of my like major upsets. Like, I don't think Take 3 over Denial is a major upset. I think that's like it's close enough to a coin toss that you can get. G2 versus Ohana. There could be a chance here with Moses, Timmy, and Gimmick. Like, this is a perfect spot for Gimmick to really show the RLCS crowd what he has going for him. Timmy, obviously, he can play during the week now, but he's only put in like 50 hours the last 2 weeks. So, again, that off-season-ness of not playing too much. Moses has always been a solid player as well, just missing out on league play. So, this team could win. Like, this is my, like, one upset potential. I do think G2 will win this set. But it has a chance that Ohana could. We'll go 5. But watch out for that game. Could be a lot of upset fans if Ohana takes the win there. And then finally, Muffin Men, which I think Muffin Men actually got a kind of a bad seed here. They're the 3 seed. G2's the 2 seed. I would have put Muffin Men above them. Not above Energy, but Muffin Men, Rockin', Squishy, Torment, and Dapper. It's probably just because the roster hasn't been... has been around for a while. So they are a super solid team. Like pretty much, like if Iris would have made league play, I would have had them as a definite LAN team. So it was just unfortunate they had that one bad day. And Squishing Torment, like looks like Lachino left. I'm not sure why that happened, but they pick up Dappers, who's one of the best in North America as well. We haven't seen Dapper really go crazy when he was on Selfless. It might have been the playstyles and how that all worked out. He was really good. It was a lot of Dapper and Miho carrying together. We saw it once in a while. Dapper would go off, but I think on the Muffin Men, he can go insane. Like, him and Squishy should be an awesome duo. Torment being there as well. He's usually that third man, but he comes up a lot. So I expect Muffin Men to have a really good tournament. I expect them to win this game easily versus Splice. That is Karma, Sathu, and Pluto. And honestly, Karma and Sathu have been on the fringe for a long time. Never really been on a league play team as a main component of a roster. Karma in Season 2 was there for 1 week, though. Sathu never quite making that leap. And then Pluto, he got downgraded to a sub for Selfless during the qualifiers. He hasn't been putting in as much time lately, so I expect this team not to do too well here. I think Muffin Men can run away with this one, but who knows? Like, I could see Splice putting up a challenge. Karma's been putting in the work, but I just don't see it. So I think Muffin Men will come out with a pretty easy win here. Now, moving on to the semis. Now it's best of 7s, I believe. I could be wrong. Who knows? They change these rules all the time. You never know. Energy versus Take 3. So, we got Energy, the best team in North America by far, or for a while now. But again, it's off season. You never know. You never know how much they are grinding. Hold on 1 second. Asking James one more thing, because I can't remember. But versus Take 3, who I don't know how much they've been practicing either. I don't think Take 3 has been putting in a ton of time. I could be wrong. They could correct me, but I think they've been putting in some time. I still think Energy, just the talent on that roster, will get them to this final. They're just too good. They're like, all 3 of them are good. Like, I know Garrett's putting in the work. I didn't actually check. Who was it? Fireburner and Jacob. Let's check Jacob real quick. Let's see where he's at in hours. This might not even be the right Jacob. I don't even know anymore. No one had me change his name. All right. So let's see here. All right, Fireburner's, he's putting in some time. He's not putting in a ton, like 70 hours-ish. And Jacob, same thing. He's only put in 60 hours. He's been doing a lot of moving. For a while, like for this week, he's been a little preoccupied. I still think they will take the win. They're pretty talented. It could be a pretty close set, though. I'll give it 4-2 for Energy. But again, it's off season, so we could see some upsets here. But I just don't see it from Energy. Like, I think those three together can win most of these games pretty easily. G2 versus Muffin Men. Now, this is going to be a true test for G2. We'll see how much time they've been putting in. Like, I know Muffin Men have been putting in some time, so they're probably my favorites in this entire tournament. G2, to my knowledge, hasn't been putting in as much time. And again, there's been a lot of team chemistry issues on the defensive side, but that was a while ago. Like, the last time we saw them was 2 months ago almost, or maybe a month ago. I'm not even sure, like a month and a half. We'll see if they fix that on the defensive side. It's very possible they could have. And when they're playing their best, they can take out anyone in North America. It's just, I just don't think they're playing their best right now. I'm going to give this to Muffin Men. But I think the speed of Muffin Men is going to be way too much. And G2 will get, will just not be able to set up anything on the defensive end and convert it into an offensive chance. I got Muffin Men here pretty easily in 5 games. Now, the final, Energy versus Muffin Men. They actually played for the Astro tournament back in May. Muffin Men won that one. That was with, I think it was with Gimmick. I could be wrong there. But now they got Dapper. He's probably still kind of acclimating into the roster. It could have been with J-Naps too, actually, for the Astro tournament. I'm not sure. But still, Dapper's a very talented player, and with 2 other extremely talented players around him, like I think Squishy and Torment are both upgrades from Miho and Timmy. Like, I think slight upgrades. I think Torment's a better Timmy. I think Squishy's a better Miho for sure. So I think Dapper can really excel on this team. Like, he could really show what he's worth. And Squishy is, honestly, I think is one of the best players in the world at times. I think sometimes the positional mistakes from Muffin Men hurt them, but I really do like Squishy. I love Dapper. And Torment, like, honestly, he was my big surprise on that team when they first were created. Like, I was a little bit worried because back then I believe they did try out Dapper for a little while. I could be wrong. And they went with Torment. It was between Dapper and Torment. And they went with Torment, and I thought it would have been better off with Dapper. And who knows, maybe it would have been now, but, you know, who knows. Now they have them both. I think this is a really solid team. And I will give this to the Muffin Men. Just because I think Energy might come in a little flat, or come in a little bit more flat. Less practice time could hurt them. And Muffin Men, like, even if Energy was practicing a lot, it would be a really close set. I still think it will be pretty close. I got Muffin Men in 6 games to win this tournament. And there you go. That's the finals. You can't see the score of that one. Well, you can kind of... No, you can't see it. I could zoom out. There we go. So that's the finals there. We have some ads there in the bottom for your enjoyment. But that's who I got in the Brisk Summer Series. Make sure you guys watch. It is Sunday at 12 Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern, some other time in Europe. You guys can figure it out. And, yeah, there should be some new guys trying out some things at the casting booth and stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. And I will see you guys in July for the Brisk Summer Series number 2. And don't miss me too much. Enjoy Espion. He's a beautiful man. So I hope you guys have fun watching it. Cheering your favorite teams. The only thing I wish they would do, which they won't, is make the field bright green versus bright yellow for the Brisk Summer Series Watermelon and Lemonade. That would be hilarious. I assume we'll see more commercials with my face on it, so I guess I'll be at the broadcast a little bit. Who knows? It'll be the same commercials, though, I assume. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's why I have winning the Muffin Men over NRG. And G2, Take 3 coming in 3rd. Then the rest of the boys coming in 5th. Should be a lot of fun. Cheer on everyone. It's going to be a good time. And we'll see you next time.